In the silent African savanna, as dawn slowly broke, a faint cry echoed through the cold morning air. It wasn't the wind. It was a painful cry of a helpless baby rhino alone, terrified and fighting for life. Inside the Wildlife Protection Center, rangers were preparing for their routine day when suddenly the radio crackled. Unit 3, an injured rhino calf has been spotted near the riverbed. Another voice followed, tense and urgent. Possible snare trap. Proceed with extreme caution. Poachers may be nearby. The team exchanged worried looks. This wasn't a normal call. This was an emergency. They grabbed medical kits, ropes, cutters, and tranquilizers and rushed toward the rescue truck. The engine roared to life as they sped through rough, muddy paths under dark, heavy clouds. Every bump on the road reminded them a young life was slipping away. Baby rhinos cannot survive long without their mothers. Every second mattered, but returned soon to finish the kill. After a tense, fast drive, the team reached the riverbed and stepped out silently. They scanned the surroundings, and then they saw him, a tiny rhino calf, lying in the mud, trembling, bleeding from his trapped leg. The steel snare was cutting deep into his flesh with every slight movement. The calf cried softly, a heartbreaking sound filled with fear and unbearable pain. For a moment, the whole team froze, not out of fear. After a tense, fast drive, the team reached the riverbed and stepped out silently. Stay calm, the leader whispered. Don't scare him. The rescuers formed a protective circle around the calf. Suddenly, the thermal scanner beeped. Multiple heat signatures detected. 3 human shapes. Moving toward them, poachers were returning. The team had minutes, maybe even less, to save the calf. The vet quickly knelt beside the injured rhino, examining the deep, infected wound. He whispered gently, "Stay strong, little one. We're here now." Both cutters were positioned around the tight steel wire. The calf cried loudly as the pressure shifted, pushing the snare deeper. But stopping wasn't an option. This was his only chance to live. The wire was thick, twisted tightly, designed to kill even large animals. Sweat dripped down the rescuers' faces as they fought the cruel metal trap. Minutes felt like hours, and the poachers' footsteps were getting closer, faint but unmistakable. Finally, with one strong push, the snare snapped open. A loud metallic clank echoed through the wild. The baby rhino collapsed from exhaustion into the vet's arms, but the danger wasn't over. They had to move fast. The team quickly cleaned the injured leg and applied antibiotics. They wrapped tight bandages to stop the bleeding. Then they lifted the weak calf gently onto a stretcher. The little rhino made a faint sound, as though asking, "Will I live?" "You will survive," a ranger whispered softly. "We promise." They rushed him into the rescue truck and sped toward the wildlife care unit. One ranger sat beside him, holding his head tenderly. He whispered, "Nothing will hurt you now. Nothing." At the care unit, vets took over instantly. They monitored vitals, cleaned the wounds, and stabilized the tiny rhino. Hours passed. The team waited outside, silent, anxious, praying. Then suddenly, a soft thump came from inside. The calf had opened his eyes. Slowly, he lifted his tiny head, weak but alive. He nudged the vet gently with his little horn, a sign of trust and gratitude. Weeks passed. The baby rhino healed slowly but steadily. His strength grew. His spirit returned. Then finally, the day everyone had been waiting for arrived. The sanctuary gates opened wide. The young rhino stepped out into a safe, protected world. He walked, then ran freely, joyfully, without fear. Other young rhinos joined him, nudging him playfully. He was finally home, finally safe. And this is more than a rescue story. It is a promise to protect the voiceless,